There's leaks aplenty to hint at naming ships and the new Outpost Building. Season 7 is on the horizon. Just before we crack on with all of the juicy new stuff, it's very important you understand what's been going on up to now so you don't get lost. So just for a quick recap if you're not aware, a month or two ago there were new nameplates appearing on the back of boats. This of course alluded to captaincy, as this is not a normal thing, and naming ships you'd put the name on the back and then as you approach you'd be able to see it. There was also a famous image on the sloop that someone took where they got a glitch that it was actually on the front of it. Now, everyone went absolutely wild over these, which was, amazing, and it didn't happen that often either. It was a glitch. Very important to mention that. It wasn't like an intentional feature. Then shortly after, as you'll more than definitely be aware if you play Sea of Thieves, there was a new dock that started to take shape, a new extension. There were tools there, new equipment to use, and it looked like something was about to take shape, of course alluding to either a new company or Outpost representative adding to the pre-existing ones, which is always exciting. Love Outpost development. However, in recent times, literally in the past few days, there have been a few developer slip-ups and a couple teasers hinting to some things. And starting off with this image here, you might be asking what's wrong with this, what's special? Well, nothing currently. In the recent conflict of Golden Sands, there's been a new thing you can do on Twitter if you link your social media account and use the hashtag #SaveGoldenSands or RuinGoldenSands to earn these Legacy of Golden Sands sales. However, this was not the first of this image. Sea of Thieves posted this tweet twice because they got the image wrong. This is the second image. The first image contained this on the nameplate of the galleon. That's right, it said ship in white lettering. Here's the original image just to prove that it hasn't been photoshopped or something, or faked or whatever, because there's a lot of that going around. If we zoom in, you can indeed see that ship is written in white lettering there. It's absolutely insane. For me, this is naming ships 110% confirmed. The fact that Sea of Thieves officially released an image, then took it down, and then re-uploaded it with white lettering like that is... I just don't even know how you can make a slip-up like that, in my personal opinion. But that's not the only slip-up they have made. Alrighty, so as I made you all aware, we all know that, the new Outpost Building is being constructed currently. We don't know when this will finish construction or what it's going to be yet. However, in recent times, you may or may not have noticed that there have been some more developments with this construction. New purple cloth has appeared in a wheelbarrow, and the mast that was previously on the side has now been placed on the dock, and overall the construction is, progressing. Now previously, in terms of what this will look like, I didn't mention this in the quick recap, but we have the It Had To Be You music video. There's two key shots in this which show us what it will look like, or at least part of it. And we can see that there's harpoons on it of some sort. It's almost like a shipwright. There's a tall mast on the top of it, and it gives us a few little pointers, as shown on screen now. Although but brief, we can deduce a fair bit from it. Now in Adventures there are many marketing materials that are used for branding, in-game, on social media, or whatever. This image is perfectly normal. As I say, you can view it in-game, you can view it on Sea of Thieves' socials. It was used to market Lost Sands. However, there is an Xbox news article that takes you that you can read about Lost Sands and the adventure happening within Sea of Thieves that portrays this image slightly differently. In this image on there, we can see the new Outpost Building, or presumably what it will be, because if it's not, that means there's two Outpost Buildings coming. Now we can deduce a lot more from this than we can about any of the previous material. The mast that it has some sails on it, and right at the top there's almost a crow's nest type thing, something that we can sail on, with a canopy on it. Obviously there's not much we can say about down below, but it almost seems like there is another crow's nest, but down below. There's pillars coming off it and some sail rope coming off it. This building, whatever it's going to be, is incredibly interesting. I don't see what its purpose could be. I've seen a lot of memes going around the community for people that have spotted this image. People have been saying they think we're going to be taking the outpost for a ride, going to be sailing the outpost for fun. But yeah, I'm genuinely thoughtless. I don't know what to say about this. However, it's a genuinely really interesting image, and something that I'm sure Rare may not have wanted to be leaked. However, there is one final thing to talk about which is slightly more disappointing, albeit slightly interesting. A few days ago, Sea of Thieves announced in the official Discord server only, so not on Twitter, YouTube, anywhere else, it was only on there, that Sea of Thieves Season 7 has been delayed by 5 weeks. That's right, 5 weeks. The in-game counter currently says it finishes in 7 because one's already been, but that is disappointing. They've said it, reflects the development time they need and all that, which is fair enough, it's understandable. We obviously don't want to rush content, but man, is it annoying. Season 7 will hopefully be big because Season 7 is going to be, it's like the Pirate's Life of this year. It's this time of year when they release all the big updates. However, something that I'm slightly skeptical about now is that Season 7 was originally slated to be released 3 days after the Xbox Game Showcase, which is probably why they put that benchmark there. Does that mean now that we're not going to be getting anything at the Xbox Game Showcase because they really show people content that would only be coming 4-5 weeks afterwards? They might do that, they might not, but I think it'd be pretty sad if they did. The thing that made A Pirate's Life work so well was that the update released 9 days after E3. That was, again, why it worked so well. We'll have to wait and see what they do with this and what they release at the Xbox Game Showcase, but it's certainly disappointing. However, I guess, we would rather finished content than rushed content, and that does mean that the roadmap that they gave us is probably going to be outdated all the way back in the preview event. Slightly disappointing news, but news nonetheless. And again, I don't know why they didn't really release this on other platforms. They definitely should have released this on Twitter everywhere instead of exclusively in Discord. I don't know, something to think about. Now, a quick point of interest that immediately after hearing this news I thought was, what about the adventures? Because the adventures obviously link into seasons. The seasonal content links into the schedule of adventures. The next adventure is scheduled to launch in 4 weeks' time, after Lost Sands, so it looks like it hasn't been affected. So unless adventures are going to be completely separate from Season 7 content, I don't know what they're going to do. Extending the season seems to have not affected it at all, so we'll have to wait and see on that. However, that does just wrap up this video of a bunch of news and leaks and whatnot. Let me know what you think of all this down in the comments below, and if you like the video, please consider leaving it a like. It helps out a ton, and subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest Sea of Thieves news as and when it comes out, so you never miss a single bit. But anyways, apart from all that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.